Today on the CTV News at 5, what Southern Alberta retailers are doing to keep consumers' cash from heading south for Black Friday sales. Plus, students find out what the working world is like at a Lethbridge College career conference. And the Hurricanes prepare to avenge last night's close loss against the Hitmen.
CTV News with Jackie Scantlebury.
Good afternoon. Alberta MLAs held a marathon session that ended just earlier this afternoon. Many of them were there for nearly 24 hours. They debated several bills during the all-nighter. Bills that have passed include the new Home Buyers Protection Act, the Employment Pension Plans Act, Workers' Compensation Amendment Act, and the Corporate Tax Amendment Act. Politicians sparred through the night last night until lunchtime today on a bill relating to the government's power to put projects like oil wells and pipelines on private land. The opposition Wild Rose Party says the bill threatens landowner rights. Introduced amendments throughout the night, but they were all defeated.
There was a lot of goodwill on all sides. People worked their way through it. Everybody recognizes they have a job to do. We're interested in hearing the points of view on all the proposed amendments.
The sticking point has been Bill 2, the Responsible Energy Development Act. Opposition parties have proposed about 20 amendments to that bill.
We have seen too many examples of this government passing sloppy legislation and having to come back a year later to fix it.
Wildrose members say they are prepared to pull another all-nighter tonight. They believe the PCs are trying to end the legislative session early. Meanwhile, the federal government is invoking closure on a bill to force First Nations chiefs to publish their salaries and financial details. The bill was prompted by Canadian Taxpayers Federation research that found more than 200 banned politicians had higher salaries than that of a provincial premier, with many earning more than the Prime Minister himself. Well, it's a different kind of fright night for owners of the Haunted Mansion in Sterling. Their home-based business is once again at the center of a town hall meeting. The village of Sterling will resume hearing concerns over the zoning of the Haunted Mansion. It's a continuation of an open house that ran long into the night before Halloween on whether the mansion should be zoned as direct control or give it a different set of rules for parking and traffic inside a residential area. Now, some villagers raised concerns over a possible change, saying that it sets a dangerous precedent. The meeting will reconvene tonight, 7 o'clock, at the Sterling Community Center. Local businesses are preparing to battle Black Friday south of the border, and they're fighting fire with fire. As Terry Vogt reports, a growing number of Lethbridge retailers will be promoting their own Black Friday sales this weekend.
At the Park Place Mall, the sales signs are already showing up. But retailers say it's only a taste of what's to come this weekend.
It's just like a big sale to do right before Christmas.
Air Apostle is one of a growing number of mall stores that'll be taking part in a Black Friday promotion this year.
Last year we really noticed an increase in that. There was probably a dozen or so retailers who were participating in Black Friday. This year we have, I would guess, the majority of the shopping center, especially the fashion retailers, are participating, which is fantastic.
Well, some merchants are advertising in flyers. Most are waiting until Thursday night or Friday morning to unveil their best deals. Shoppers like Dylan Robinson are happy that Canada is finally getting on board what has become an American tradition, as popular as baseball and apple pie.
It's nice to have a bunch of sales before Christmas time, and it's not fair that they only just get it in the States. We want it too.
I make fun of Americans on Black Friday. Right after Thanksgiving and being grateful for all they have, they trample each other trying to get more. So.
A lot of our customers, especially here in Lethbridge, do cross-border shopping, so they're fully aware of what's happening in the United States as far as promotions and things. So they're now starting to expect that within their own local market.
Retailers say Black Friday is a significant event. Some tell us they do as much business on that day as they normally do in an entire month.
Waiting for the sales and like the good deals. Great time to do some Christmas shopping.
Randy Burton says she likes the idea of Black Friday in Lethbridge, even though she may not be able to take advantage of the deals.
I'm stuck working because I work at a clothing store, so, and we expect to be very, very, very busy.
Burton says she might have to do her Black Friday shopping during her breaks. Terry Vogt, CTV News, Lethbridge.
Businesses in Medicine Hat are also climbing on board, hoping to encourage consumers to support the local economy rather than spending their money across the border. They're hoping to capitalize on the Black Friday craze by putting events like Moonlight Madness on at the Medicine Hat Mall. Environment Canada's freezing rain warning for southern Alberta may have ended a few hours ago, but a snowfall warning remains in place for some communities, including Claresholm, Brooks, Vulcan, Suffield, Medicine Hat, and Bow Island. 10 to 15 centimeters of snow is expected. But in the Lethbridge area and for the rest of southern Alberta, Dory, less snow than obviously they're going to be seen in that area.
Absolutely. It looks like areas to the northwest, to the north, and to the southeast, and then into Saskatchewan are going to get the brunt of this particular system that's moving through. And then there's a second system moving up from the Dakotas that's going to be impacting parts of Saskatchewan and Manitoba. So it's a multi-pronged storm that's heading up from the southwest, and then we've got the colder air mass coming down from the north. But yeah, you're right. It looks like here we'll start to see the amounts of snow lessen as we get into the evening and overnight hours. A little bit of leftover precipitation tomorrow morning, but by tomorrow afternoon here in Lethbridge, we should be seeing, dare I say it, some rays of sunshine.
Oh, we like how that sounds. Thanks, Dory. More weather's coming up. Well, the Medicine Hat man charged with second-degree murder in the death of Amy Lewis could learn Friday if he'll be granted bail. The judge reserved decision on a bail application again this morning, but expects to have a decision this Friday. Jarison Stepanski was originally charged with being an accessory after the fact to murder, but with charges were later upgraded to second-degree murder in July. Lewis's body has yet to be found. The Lethbridge Regional Police Service is now assisting with the investigation into $1 million fire at the Lethbridge Cheesecake Factory. But officials say the investigation isn't criminal in nature at this point. The fire did extensive damage to the kitchen and dining room and restaurant. Owners say it will take months to renovate and reopen the business. Fire investigators turned the site over to police and insurance adjusters yesterday. A police spokesperson says detectives have used surveillance video and are securing anything that could be considered evidence, but adds that this is standard operating procedure in a fire of this magnitude. The restaurant owners are scrambling to reorganize Christmas parties that had been booked at the Cheesecake.
You know, we had about 20 groups of 30 people booked throughout November and December, so contacting them has been a process. We haven't been able to reach everybody at this time, and we are working with Firestone to try to place those people wherever possible, and if we can't place them there, doing whatever we can to find another location for them or just give suggestions if that's all we can provide.
About 85 people worked at the Cheesecake Cafe. Management is working with other businesses to try and find temporary jobs for as many of the employees as possible. Lethbridge College is bringing together students and employers during their annual career conference. The event is one of the largest of its kind in Western Canada, showcasing more than 115 employers in a variety of fields. The conference allows students the chance to do a little job hunting while learning about the different businesses that are out there. And for employers, it's a chance to meet with students one-on-one and perhaps lure them into a career after graduation. Many students say they're looking for more than just a paycheck.
Well, I want to be able to help people and not just benefit myself, but everyone else around me.
Take care of other people and help other people, and especially the elder. And there's back home on the blood reserve we have a hospital, and just to maybe work with my own people.
Volunteer Lethbridge and the Royal Canadian Mounted Police were both recognized for 25 years of participation in the conference. December in Lethbridge would not be the same without the annual Christmas Light Tour put on by Koch International Travel. And this year, owner Steve Koch is marking a very special occasion. The company started 85 years ago as a Lethbridge Northern Bus Lines. This also marks the 50th anniversary of the Light Tour. The first event was held in 1962 when 50 senior citizens climbed aboard 2 buses and traveled throughout the city to see the Christmas lights. Over the years, the tour has grown and hundreds of vehicles now follow one coach, and they check out the best decorated homes in the city. Koch describes it as a parade in reverse.
The people love it because it doesn't cost them anything. So it's a chance for mums and dads and grandmas and grandpas, aunts and uncles and everybody else. They get into their cars and they follow us around free of charge. And they have their Christmas music on their radios as they're driving around the community. And they're honking their horns at the people that are decorating their houses. And so it's a win-win situation for both the people that decorate the city as well as the ones that enjoy seeing the decorations.
This year, the light tour will be held Sunday, December the 16th, and people are urged to gather near the grandstand at Exhibition Park starting at 5 p.m. to pick up a route map, and the light tour starts at 5:30. Well, this time of year, many of us just can't wait to see Santa come down the chimney, but in the UK, Santa needed some help to do that.
You're going to stay up there, Father Christmas, but shall we get on and switch on the lights anyway?
It was quite the sight at a Christmas kickoff celebration at a British shopping mall. As the Christmas lights were switched on, Santa was supposed to slide down a rope, but his beard got stuck. He dangled 4.5 meters above the ground for half an hour. Another rope was finally used to rescue him. Time now for a look at the markets.